segmental roll. So our segmental roll looks like this. It may start with our upper body. So if I'm rolling to my left leg's extended, and I can bring my left arm over here, depending on who you are. I can drive over, use my upper body only, reach to then come over. And then when I roll back to my back, I have to have the proper neck mobility to turn and spinal mobility to roll back to the other side. That's a upper body segmental roll. And then we can do the same thing from the lower body, is driving over to get here. Once I get here, then I'm going to build up. When we build up, what are we doing? Right? So in your programming, you're working your push-ups in there. Sometimes you may have to get them to not just use their upper body, but take their hips to help them push up to that tabletop position. Right? From that tabletop position, what can we do from here? Name something. Bird dogs, cat cows. What else? Thread the needles. Why is thread the needle important?
Mobility.
Exactly. We don't want the first time they try to roll through on their shoulder to be when they fall. So we can integrate that into our programming. It becomes second nature to them to do that, thread the needle to roll through, right? And from there, so you know we got our cat cows, right? You may want to do some circles or something. Really get that spine ready to take on some stuff. And then from this quad position, you can do some static holds where our knees can come off the ground here. We can get in some shoulder strength stability, touching, coming around the world, 3-point stance and whatnot. That's going to be more of your strength component, right? But what about mobility? One of the biggest challenges we see when people are trying to get up off the ground is they lack the necessary hip mobility to come to a standing position. So, not everyone can do that, right? So, if they can't do that, what should they do? Maybe leg out, right? And maybe over time they'll get to a point where it comes up, or maybe when they come here, they can lift up and then turn in the direction that they want to go, right? As Connie said, there's no one right way to do it, right? Figure out what works best for that individual, right? So you're figuring out your hip mobility. I am in love with the quad position. Bear crawls, hip mobility, shoulder mobility. It's probably one of the most underutilized tools or positions because it can be uncomfortable. So you definitely have to have the mat to the ladies' points, right? But with this quad position, if I have someone who has really tight hips, we can go into our quad rocking, right? Tight rowing, abductor rocks out to the side. I can even throw in some mobility there, right? So your goal right now is to get on this quad position and play around and figure out what feels good to you. Yeah.
Real quick,
Yeah.
could you demo the leg back technique?
The leg back technique.
Forget no. Sorry. Your face.
Oh, let me see.
We saw last night.
Yes, the walk it back. Yep.
Oh.
Let me show you. Yeah. So, what she did, she was in what we call an offset quad position here. All right. And then from there, toes tucked, she pushes back. Make sure they drop the heels, and then they can stand. Okay. You guys want to practice that real quick?
Yeah.
Let's practice.